Greetings, YouTubers! Today we are going to be continuing with my series, Do You Ship It? Today we will be covering a ship that has been rising in popularity since the X-Men films surfaced in the early 2000s, that of Scogan, a romantic or platonic pairing of Logan Hallett and Scott Summers. This is Makeup Geek 1021. Now let's break it down and get to know this ship. The pairing of Cyclops and Wolverine is a friendship that has been going on since its inception, but the idea for it being of a romantic place was explored in fanfiction during the early 2000s, though mostly since the films. Now let's get into why some might ship Scott and Logan in the first place. Scott and Logan have a friendship that mostly consists of some pretty hilarious headbutting, from them oftentimes bantering back and forth and their opposite personalities clashing. Scott is often uptight, a Boy Scout, and has little room for nonsense, while Logan is wild, feral, rash, and stubborn, but the moments where they work very well together are nothing short of hilarious. Scott and Logan's friendship was probably best displayed in the 90s cartoon, where Scott often held Logan accountable for his actions, and when the two teamed up, they were shown to have a great chemistry that allowed them to be one oiled machine. Another favorite of mine is towards the end of X2, where Logan held on to Scott as Scott collapsed into his arms sobbing after Jean sacrificing herself in order to save the team. In fact, in the third X-Men film, Logan is actually shown to care about Scott very greatly, even being in shock and sadness when realizing Jean had killed her fiancé. Days of Future Past also showed how much Logan cared about Scott, telling the McAvoy version of Professor X to remember Scott when recruiting for the X-Men, and when Logan sees Scott after waking in the future, he is shown to be overjoyed to see his teammate alive. Additionally, the two have moments during Schism in which Scott actually thanks Logan for being there for him. But why would people not ship these two? Well, most would say it's because Scott and Logan do not like each other. They are always portrayed to not like each other too much at all due to their personalities being polar opposites. Plus, the two are spending so much time competing for the affections of the lovely Jean Grey. Their fighting could be viewed as a chick fight of sorts, going from a subtle disagreement to a full-out war, which leads to them being divided. However, the two still manage to find some time to sneak away, have a beer, and just talk. So you can see why there are many out there who might love or hate this pairing. Now, let me know in the comments. What do you think of the pairing of Scogan? Love it? Hate it? Be sure to subscribe to the channel in order to get all my videos and continue to stay awesome.